Hey, thank you for tuning in to my channel here on YouTube. My name is Jake. I'm from Arkansas. I created this channel Into the Refuge to help out building a community for public hunters. I feel like there's not enough exposure out there to public hunters, and they're very underestimated. A lot of people focus about having farms and private land and getting to hunt on that, but nobody really pays attention to us public hunters. This channel is gonna be about just having fun, deer and duck hunting, strategic ways to increase your odds of filling your tag in, how to do it all on public land. Main seasons I'm going to be focusing on throughout this channel is deer and duck season. Deer season usually starts around September, mid-September, late September here for me in Arkansas. We usually start scouting out about in August. Around August is what I consider crackdown month. That's whenever I start getting a camera or two out and I start putting it to different locations where I feel like they're going to be the best spots for when I'm going hunting. I usually don't go out into the refuge about 1 week before to let everything calm down. I mean, if that's something you don't think is something that's really a big deal, I mean, I like to leave a week or so of untouched land before I actually start my season. The next thing that we focus on here, season. I love duck season. It's one of my favorite hunting seasons of the whole entire year. Start scouting out early till, checking some water holes around a week or two before till season starts. It's only a good 1 or 2 weeks period at the end of September. It's not going to be a very long period of time, and we'll probably be focusing on that only whenever that comes around. Till is fun to shoot. It's really good. I call target practice. It's that time when the small birds are coming in and they're the leaders. They come in before all the other ducks, and all of them follow behind. But they're fast, they're fun to shoot, and love bagging them up. Whenever it comes around November for the first split for duck season, we'll start filming for that, and we'll be getting ready to do that too. We'll probably go and scout a week or two before the opening day. Start getting gear together and plan an opening morning setup. For deer season, I do have a rifle and a muzzleloader permit, so we'll be filming those 2 and 3 day weekends. Y'all should really tune in for that. Last year I didn't get to do a modern gun or a muzzleload hunt. Just didn't get to the time to get the permit for it, and so this year we're gonna get to do that. I have a couple spots in mind. I'm really excited to get out there and get it done. I've seen a buck out where I was actually duck hunting last year, and I think that's where I might go for this rifle season, for that 3-day weekend. But I also didn't get to go out much last year due to work and just some family stuff and getting some things picked up and going. But this year we're going to be really active, and we're going to be out there almost any day or any time we can get a chance. What kind of gear do I use? Okay, so the bows that I used last year, I used a Horton crossbow. I think I'm going to be switching over to diamond and use a compound bow this year. And I'm looking at the Full Metal Jacket arrows by Easton. If any of y'all have any experience with any of those equipment there, please drop a comment and let me know what you think on it, or recommend any more equipment. This is going to be one of the first years I'll really have the money to actually spend on good equipment. So it's just going to be a really exciting year. What stands do I use? Okay, so I've always been one of those guys that just get one from Walmart and use a cheap stand that just works, and I mean that's the thing, it works. But I've always used a climbing stand. When I was younger, we used a ladder stand. I think this year, for also assist with filming and stuff like that, I think we're gonna do a hang-on stand and try to use. I'm really looking into muddy stands. Their stand itself isn't that expensive, but climbing sticks are, but I've thought about just trying them out this year. Just because I'll have the money. They seem really lightweight and they're able to get up pretty high and more diverse tree style setups. So that's going to be fun to look into. Always carry a buck knife when I go deer hunting. You never know when you may need it. Not just for cleaning a deer, but if you need to cut a tie or anything like that, I always have that buck knife on me. On a gun I use. Okay, so usually I just use a good old Stevens 12 gauge. It's always done the job for me, and that's about as good as it gets. I may upgrade to a better shotgun this year. I don't know. We'll see. All just depends on how I feel and go from there. Rifle I plan on getting this year for my first modern gun hunt by myself. I think I'm going to get into 308 caliber. A lot of my buddies say it's got better distance, all around impact, and it's the best solid all around caliber choice. I don't know what brand I plan on getting, but we'll see whenever it gets about till there. And I'll definitely show y'all which one I choose to get. And also have a rangefinder. I always want a rangefinder on me because last year whenever I had that distance issue, I really wish I had a rangefinder on me. And that's going to be one thing that I will always keep whenever I go deer hunting. What are my deer hunting top 5 must-haves when I go out in the field? I'm always going to have camo that blends in. That means don't wear camo that's for duck hunting, not to go deer hunting unless you're in a marshy area. Always blend into the surrounding that you're going to be in. You don't ever want to, if you don't have to wear orange, don't wear orange. Use it for rifle season only. Just have your choice of weapon. Don't forget your gun or your bow. I think that's one of the worst mistakes you can do, because how you going to kill something if you ain't got your bow? You wake up one morning thinking you left it in the truck. You get to the deer stand, you get to the refuge, and you look in your truck and it's not there. Always double check, make sure you have your gun or bow. I already said this before, but I always carry a knife on me. It's always good to have something. You never know when you're going to need to cut something. Always have a headlamp or a flashlight. Always bring a stand, a blind, or something to conceal yourself in or uplift you from an advantage. Something you definitely don't want to do is just be on the ground. Some people do it. If you're going to use, a ghillie style suit, that's your choice of thing. My top 5 duck hunting must-haves is always bring your gun, same as before. Always have your gun or your bow. I always bring my waders. You never know how high water you can get, especially if you don't have a dog to retrieve your duck. You always want to have waders, even when you go scouting, so you can see how high the water is where you're going to be hunting. And then if it rains a little more and it floods just a bit more, you always want to know that, that's going to be another 6 inches high. I know that's going to be deeper than where it was before. So always bring your waders when you're hunting or scouting, just to check and see how high the spot that you're going to be hunting at, especially if you don't have a retrieving dog. Again, a lamp or a light. You always want to have that, especially if you're putting decoys out. You don't want to be throwing them in blind. You want to put them out a good distance. And, if you do a setup with, a pattern, the lane here, they're going to dive down through this way. You got to have the light to look and see where you're putting them decoys. Warm clothing. I always wear a pair of long johns or thermal underwear, shirt, a thermal shirt, a hoodie, and then a jacket over that, so I can delayer as the day gets in towards more the middle of the day. We have a cutoff time for duck hunting in Arkansas. You can't hunt after 12 p.m. So you're not going to get into that much of daytime heating. But there's a big difference from going in at 4 or 5 o'clock in the morning when the refuge is open to go in, and then it hits 10:30, 11 o'clock. You're going to start getting a little warm. You may need to take a layer off of your jacket or take that hoodie off. It's just layer up so you can delayer. Always bring a drag sled or a cart. My prefer is a sled, because when you go over water, that sled is going to float up on the water and glide on with you. You can put your gun in there, you can put your decoys in there, any gear that you may need out there that you just don't want to carry and make it a load. That's a lot easier to get to the spot that you're wanting to get to, especially if you're having to go through water. sled is just really convenient, and it's just a lot more efficient in getting you and your gear out to the spot you want to be. We'll start filming around August 15th, scouting for deer season. Then from there we'll probably start our early teal hunt in the end of September. We might get out there a little bit beginning of September when deer season starts, and may take the bow out there and just, you know, sit for a day or two just to see what we see. From after teal season, we'll be starting our deer hunt, our deer series, pretty much the whole big old mumble jumble of it all. And that will be from after teal season to about right to muzzleload season. That we'll hit the muzzleload hunt, and then after that we'll continue some more bow hunting from after muzzleload hunt to rifle season. And then after rifle season's over, whenever rut's pretty much at the middle of it, and we're in the middle of rut, we'll start scouting out for ducks for duck season, and that'll be about a week before duck season starts. So it'll be right before and right after rifle deer season. Our duck season usually starts around November 15th for the first split, and that'll usually end at the beginning of December, and then there's going to be another split, and then this third split starts in January. We may get out there and do a few different deer hunts during duck season, but duck season is going to be more focused on ducks, depending on how they're flying. Last year we had a pretty terrible season here in Arkansas. We had too much water, too much available areas for them to go to. A lot of people were actually saying that they were more dense in their spots than the other, and that may be the thing, but they're not where you're wanting to hunt, and if you don't have a boat access, then you're not going to get to where them people were seeing those ducks. So it was a very different season last year. We'll finish it up in about early January, late January. The birds and the deer are going to stop really pretty much coming around. We'll probably still film a little bit if we got a pretty good hot spot where we're going. It all just depends on what's happening before that, and you'll pretty much know. Thinking about maybe doing a turkey season hunt. I've never turkey hunted before. I bought some gear for turkey hunting. Thought I was going to go turkey hunting. Didn't end up going turkey hunting. So we may actually get a turkey hunt this year. It's only a week down here in Arkansas, and it's in the springtime, so that's going to be around April. 2 weeks before open deer season day and the early teal season starts, we'll start getting about 1 to 2 different videos up a week, trying to. On Instagram, we're going to create a page, and you can see us daily vlogging, going out there scouting, or just stuff, content before we put videos out, and maybe some things that are going to be exclusively on Instagram. So don't forget to go check that out. We won't have that page up till probably about a month before deer season and early teal starts, so don't go looking for that just yet, but we will let you know when that page is up and running, and hope to see you there on that too. Depending on how many viewers and subscribers we get, just pretty much active people on our page, we may do some giveaways. We'd definitely be smart starting out small, because you know we are a very young channel. So we'll be giving away some gloves, or you know, possibly a knife, just different little things like that. And it may not even be hunting related, maybe outdoor related. Just, you know, something I would think would be really fun and interactive to do. So stay tuned for that, and just look out for those times. And we'll see. You can get lucky with that and get you some really cool gear. Thank y'all for watching and for the support. I know there may only be a few people watching this right now, but y'all few people can share this, like this, hit that like button on the bottom. You know, share that button on your Facebook page, you know, your friends and your buddies. Subscribe to the channel, Bullet Hunting Community, just to help each other out, have fun, and getting outside. And the utmost important thing to do is always enjoy the hunt. See y'all later.